Today, I want to talk about the effect of textbook policy on private international schools in China. Education in China is a state-run public education system by the Ministry of Education. And the well-known 9-year compulsory education was first adopted on April 1986 to guarantee the right of compulsory education of school-age children and adolescents for 6 years primary learning and 3 years secondary learning. The compulsory education law has addressed the textbook use policy. The state practices an examination and approval system for textbooks. The measures for examination and approval of textbooks shall be formulated by the Administrative Department for Education under the State Council. Textbooks which have not been examined or for which no approval has been obtained shall not be published or used. In China, there are several types of schools. Public school is the largest education system for which Chinese students can go to. Textbooks usage in public school is strictly following the compulsory education instruction on a national and provincial level. And at the fast development of China's economy and a broader view of world education, parents, especially in Tier 1 cities like Shanghai and Beijing, tend to send their kids to receive Western education. For Chinese students, there are two paths for an international school environment currently. First is the International Department of a public school, and the second is the private international school. The International Department of a public school only provides international teaching in high school, along with the tightened regulation on it in the past 3 years. So private international school has become the most popular one parents would seek for a multicultural learning environment. And according to Chinese education policy, and policies on overseas textbooks in 2005 was very strict that all schools should strictly select textbooks within the scope of the bibliography and shall not use overseas textbooks. In 2012, private schools are given more freedom to choose overseas textbooks, but they must report the Provincial Education Administrative Department for review and approval. In 2008, the government set out an action to correct and dispose of illegal foreign or self-rating courses used instead of state-approved materials in China's 9-year compulsory education period for all will help to keep the education quality for all on a national supervised level. According to the age survey, 55% of parents believe that international textbook supervision will make international education more in line with the education concept. But more than 60% of parents believe that the multicultural content will be affected. And about half of the parents believe that teachers need time to adapt to the textbook reform. Teachers also feel struggled at setting up a localization international courses in their daily teaching. And 33 parents believe that private international schools should increase Chinese classes, while 32% of parents oppose. And students are experiencing culture cognitive dissonance as the mother tongue comprehension is not as solid as public school students. Meanwhile, English culture learning isn't Western rooted yet localized. Some parents would even seek a foreign nationality for their kids in order to acquire a full Western education. The needs for international learning are still increasing in China. How to set up proper courses which really in align with international thinking and China's policy, and to keep the balance of ideological free under the efficiency improvement of teaching quality and innovation of methods are what private international schools. And here are some references of my work. Thank you for watching. Schools and teachers should work on in the coming years. All international schools in China. This action, private international school can carry out independent education and teaching activities on the premise of completing state-stipulated courses on compulsory education stage.